Hello everybody, here in Batsto Village on the edge of Wharton State Forest in the lovely New Jersey, right on the border of Hamilton. So I'm starting this video about halfway through, but I'll go back to the beginning. I found myself here today because I'm into mountain biking and I've always heard that Wharton State Forest is a good spot. So I did the trail. There's a lot of offshoots on it. A little bit of it's overgrown now, but really good trail. I didn't record any of it though, but it was about 9.2 miles. Pretty flat though, nothing crazy. But this right here, as all of the signage has shown, is where they used to keep the grain. This was their mill. So Batsto Village, a little bit of history because I just went through the museum. So it was settled by, they believe it was Swedish people who came across in the 1600s, and they settled in this area and they called it Batsto, Batsto. And this used to be their post office, by the way. And they settled this area, called it Batsto because in Swedish, Batsto means bathtub. And there is a lot of fresh water in the area running right through the pine barrens. And this village was developed in an effort to create iron. And iron was used, well, they created a lot of things. They did a lot of farming. This is where cranberries grew and apparently peanuts as well. But their big thing was iron. They'd have the iron furnaces on for 7 to 9 months of the year. And there was at one point where this entire area was just filled with black smoke everywhere. Couldn't really breathe too well, couldn't see too well. But it was all in an effort, ultimately, to assist the American Revolution. Let's see what we have over here. In this village, apparently there used to be 65 buildings at its peak in the 1800s. Then there was a really big fire. Whoa, this was probably where they kept horses, if I had to guess. It's pretty cool. This horse's name was Cheyenne. That was Blaze. Blaze is a pretty modern name though. So is Cheyenne. So I don't know the last time it was used. Yeah, 1830 horse barn. Pretty cool. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So there are about 65 buildings here at its peak in the village. And then in the mid 1800s, there was a really big fire. So when fires are good for the pine barrens, they do need them in order to clear out some of the overgrowth. They're called brush fires. Hopefully sometimes they expand into bigger fires. Wow. I don't know how old these are. This looks a lot different than Jay Leno's garage. Probably has one of those though. But there were about 65 anyway. And then big fire. And I believe there's only 30 something. Ah, there's a snake. Ah, that was scary. Weird. I guess it's not weird, but that is nature. That's so weird. I did the 9 miles on the trail. Oh, let's see what this says. Exact date and manufacturer unknown. Auburn Wagon Works, West Virginia, used to transport goods. It's pretty cool. Wow. That must have been for the big dog. But then there's either 18 or 30 something buildings left. I don't know. I walked through the museum before I started recording this video. This was developed by a man named Joseph Wharton, industrialist, if you will. And this big mansion in front of you is his house. up to it. Wow, that is a house. They do allow tours here. I did not pay for a tour, so I cannot go inside, but it looks pretty cool. Yeah, guided tours begin here. Not for me. But, oh, back to that little snake. Yeah, so I did the whole trail. I saw one chipmunk. Usually in South Jersey when I ride my bike at Camden County College Trail, Blueberry Hill, Rancocas Woods, all pretty big trails in South Jersey. I'll see like a turtle or some other cool stuff, frogs, but oh, that's a good shot. Just the sheer size of that building. Let's see what this says. But I didn't see anything, and then I just see a snake there, and of course it catches me off guard. This was developed by a man named William Richards. Interesting. It was sold to the state of New Jersey in 1954. So someone owned this land. Jesse Richards' son sold Batsto to Joseph Wharton in 1876. Wharton used the nearby land as a farm and used the mansion as a vacation home for his family. Interesting. And then here's all about the Wharton family. Wow, that's crazy. That's the house. Right there and right there. Wow. And then right around this way. So if you follow around this bend here, you get to, I believe it's called Batsto Lake. Could be wrong, but I believe that's what it's called. And you get to where the workers actually used to live. I'm not going to go down there today, but you should come check that part out for yourself. Everyone here is really nice too. People in the visitor center answered any questions that I had. A lot of families, a lot of young kids. Definitely recommend coming to Batsto Village. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Just one of South Jersey's gems. Thanks for watching.